Hello, writers. Today, for our lesson, we are going to talk about acting out the steps that we're trying to include in our how-to writing. Okay, so have you ever written a piece of how-to writing and then looked over the steps that you wrote and realized, oh no, I think I actually forgot something? Yeah, that's okay. That's what happens sometimes when we're writing and we're so excited to get our ideas on the paper. Today, I want to encourage you to actually act out the thing that you're teaching before you go to write and illustrate the steps. Here's an example of that. I wrote a piece about how to brush your teeth. And on this piece, I actually added a step here, and I'll tell you why in a second. I wrote how to brush your teeth. I first started with this saying first instead of next. Maybe you can see how I erased it there. So I'll read it that way first. First, put your toothpaste on your toothbrush. Next, put the brush on your teeth and brush. Then rinse your toothbrush and spit out the toothpaste from your mouth. Okay, so you get the idea of how to brush your teeth when I read you those things, right? Well, after I wrote this, then I actually went to go brush my teeth that night, and I realized, wait a second, there's something else that I do when I'm brushing my teeth, and if I'm instructing someone else how to do that, I want to make sure that they know what I usually do when I'm brushing my teeth. I realized that when I go and I get my toothbrush out of the holder, I actually get it wet first. Now, maybe you don't do that, but that's just something that I always do. I turn on the water and I get my toothbrush wet, then I put the toothpaste on, then I brush my teeth, then I spit out the toothpaste and put my toothbrush away. So when I went to act out those steps, like as if I was actually going to brush my teeth, and I made a note of all the different things I was doing, I realized that I needed to actually add a step to this piece. So, and you can do this too, I cut out one step from another piece of paper, and I put one staple, just one, over here. See it right there. One staple so that it kind of opens like a book here, and you can see something from the top and on the bottom, and it shows you two different steps kind of like stacked on top of each other there. So now it reads like this. First, put water on your toothbrush. Next, put your toothpaste on your toothbrush. Next, put the brush on your teeth and brush. Then rinse your toothbrush and spit out the toothpaste from your mouth. And now that I'm reading this again, I'm thinking, I never told my readers how long to brush their teeth for. If I just said to brush their teeth and brush, they might just go, brush, brush, all done. And we all know that that is not long enough to brush your teeth, right? So I should probably add how long you should brush your teeth for right here on this last line that I have. Now, some of the things that you're teaching in your how-to writing are going to be easier to act out than other things. If you are writing a piece about how to plant flowers, for example, you might actually be able to act out those steps without really truly planting flowers, right? But it could be helpful for you to go through the process of acting out where you would get the flowers, how you would put them in the ground, what you would do with them after you put them in the ground. If you're writing a recipe, like how to cook something, it might be helpful for you to actually act out going through those steps of what do you need to get out from your cupboards or your pantry, what tools would you need to get out in your kitchen. It's helpful to act it out because a lot of times when we're just trying to think of the steps, we only think of a few pieces and not of all the things that you actually have to do to accomplish that goal. Now, we've had a lot of lessons here about how to writing pieces, and you might be thinking, well, On that first day, I wish I would have known to act out the steps, but I didn't know that. And so I just wrote things down without acting it out, or without using order words, or without using labels on my pictures, or whatever, other things that we've learned. And you know what? That's okay. The writing process can be kind of slow sometimes, and we learn a little bit more every day. So, yes, I'm teaching you something new every day, just a little small thing that you can do to make your writing better. That means I'm asking you to do that thing going forward. And also, I'm asking you to think about going back and looking at the pieces you've already written and maybe changing or fixing some of them. Some of you are turning in pieces on Seesaw that you've added order words to, or you added punctuation or capital letters where I asked you to put them, or you even added more words to a step because it wasn't detailed enough. I love seeing that, how you edited your pieces to make them even better. So what I'm telling you now is that we learn a little bit more every day, and that means I expect to see your writing get just a little bit better every single day because you've learned all of these other things that we can do. Today, if you're starting a new piece, see if you can act out what you would actually do and then go and write the steps down instead of just thinking about it and writing them down. I promise you it will really help. You might be starting a new piece today, you might be making a materials list, you might be working on changing an old piece today. But whatever you're doing, spend 10 to 15, maybe even 20 minutes writing today, and I'll see you tomorrow.